It's time to become a man and take back control of your life. You've been living an insanely comfortable one, going to the same job you despise every day, indulging in those bad junk food habits, and smoking weed to cope with the struggles. And you are too tired after work to work on your goals and passions, so you resort to playing video games to get that rush of dopamine to make you feel better. In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can level up in real life and not just in video games. How you can actually change yourself for the better and be the person you aspire to be. We've all fallen into complacency and have settled for mediocrity. But by pushing yourself a little harder every day, you'll surpass the average and embrace a life of extraordinary achievements. Sound good? Let's get into it. Number 1, be willing to change. Consider how lacking willingness is in your life. The willingness to adapt, to accept, and to let go. Because of this, your initial personal claim should be I am willing is going to the gym, something you are willing to do. Do I intend to finish the tasks I've been putting off? And am I ready to confront my social phobias? The phrase I am willing has equal impact. You'll start putting out the effort that is required to make a change when you are reluctant to remain content with merely existing and feeling unfulfilled. We all want to be wealthy, but are you willing to put in that necessary effort to achieve that level of wealth? We focus too much on what we lack, even though we actually don't require it or don't even want it. Take the necessary steps if you truly desire something. Give up the complete headspace waste if you are not willing to put in that extra 20 hours a week in order to drive that dream car of yours. It becomes much easier to understand the world when you begin to think about what you are willing and unable to pursue, rather than what it might seem you desire and don't want. You'll stop caring about what other people have and focus on what is truly important. Remember, we all have that tendency to imagine things to be much greater than what they actually are. Try breaking the task down into smaller professions, such as stand up, get out of bed, open email. If it applies to you, I want you to ask the question, am I willing? Repeat that to yourself until you can hear it. Ask until you hear a loud yes echoing throughout your consciousness. Number 2, embrace uncertainty. Everyone wants to steer clear of uncertainty. We are curious as to what to anticipate, as in where to go and what should I wear. We've all seen those bumper stickers on those cars that encourage us to embrace risks and to encourage others to take calculated risks. And we all know that taking calculated risks increases our chance of success. Nevertheless, a large portion of us continue to live in our own small, predetermined world. But here is shocking information. Asking for a raise from your boss won't get you fired. And how can you make friends and start romances without meeting new people? How can you do anything new by doing what you've always done? People who become successful don't achieve because they are sure that they will succeed. They succeed because they don't let uncertainty stop them. We avoid this because of concern, how we think other people are going to judge us. We continue to be concerned about the other opinions of the tribe and being abandoned in the untamed wilderness. Previously, life-saving instincts now prevent us from truly existing. Begin with easy tasks. Go to work taking a different path. Try a new spot to dine in instead of packing that same lunch or going to the same restaurants. Talk to the waiter or the cashier and strike up a conversation, something you've never done, and speak with that person you found attractive. And don't forget this line, if you want to do something great, you need to accept that some people are gonna think you're an idiot. Embrace uncertainty. Number 3, be relentless. Don't believe that self-help nonsense. That bullshit that says you deserve it. Since you don't, it will need to be accomplished by you. The only thing that can keep you going is being relentless. The drive to carry on, no matter what transpires. It makes no difference how you are feeling. Relentless is the only thing that we have. Being relentless requires you to focus on what is directly in front of you at all times. Pay it your undivided attention. Become that person who advances when everything seems lost. Maybe it's that bodybuilder who spends endless hours in the gym, but the entrepreneur who has been turned down but keeps proposing is persistent. You get the idea. Number 4 is have goals. We can advance in life by having goals. Goals provide us with a path to follow. Even if we fall short, having goals helps us hold ourselves accountable. We are able to clarify what we generally desire in life. When we set objectives and strive towards them, getting them. We can better organize our priorities by setting goals. You know, it is entirely up to us if we decide to live life aimlessly without a purpose or a strategy at hand. However, establishing goals can help support us in truly living the life we desire. So how do we even set goals? I want you to grab a pen and paper and remove all distractions around you and write down a few options you could really get excited about. And then circle the one that is most in line with your priorities and vision of the future. Sit there and think about it in silence, about how you're going to tackle these goals. And do this one at a time, instead of tackling them all at once. You'll have a much easier time accomplishing them, instead of feeling all overwhelmed and stressed. Number 5 is change your environment. Your environment always wins. And remember that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. There's a reason why a tree's leaves change color in the fall. It's a visual signal that it's adapting to its surroundings and prepping for what's ahead. More than you may realize, your environment, which includes your friends, your coworkers, your location, habits, and lifestyle, has a big effect on you. It is beneficial to surround yourself with the people who exhibit the traits you strive to attain, while you are striving to develop into the person you hope to be. These individuals could be mentors from whom you pick up new abilities. Maybe it's coworkers who encourage you when you feel down, or friends who hold you responsible for achieving your objectives. Without changing some aspects of your surroundings, it is impossible to make a major, enduring change. Conversely, if your environment contains negative people who are threatened by your choices, you'll have a much harder time trying to make, let alone maintain, significant change. Now let me ask you, which of your 5 locations get the most of your time? For the majority, this entails a workplace and a home base, in addition to other places like the gym or the pub, networking events, or their sofa. Or maybe it's strolling through the park or browsing the internet. No place is inherently good or bad, but you should pay attention to how you are feeling when you're within those spots, and note if that feeling changes when you leave them. Are you motivated or drained? If it's the latter and you want to make progress, something has to give in order to change. Consider your habits, your lifestyle. Are you intentionally placing yourself in situations and locations that spark growth? Or have you fallen, perhaps unconsciously, out of fear, into a stagnant, comfortable zone of the familiar but uninspiring? Maybe that's you. So let's fix it. Remember, you have the power to rewrite your own story and create the life you've always desired. Leave behind the mundane and embrace a life full of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. And never settle for anything less than extraordinary. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it. Take care and stay tuned for more.